Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for today's video. I'm really going to be just kind of sharing some tips and tricks about how I deal with the stress of being a mom, an entrepreneur, a business owner, working a 9 to 5, and all of the above. Today I'll be sharing 3 ways that I deal with my stress on a day-to-day basis. So let's go ahead and get into these 3 tips. The first tip or thing that I do to manage my stress is prayer. And whether you believe in God or not is up to you, but I do, and I make sure that I take the time out as soon as I'm getting up to pray. I don't always do it as soon as I get up. Sometimes I do cheat and like touch my phone, but as I touch my phone, something clicks and like, hey, you need to pray first. So I try to just get off my phone at that point. I make sure that I pray as I'm continuing to wake up. As I'm getting up and doing my morning routine, I am constantly praying and just thanking God for everything that I have. Just being thankful for everything. And I just realized that I have to be grateful. I heard something that said you cannot complain your way to success. And I realized that a lot of last year I did a lot of complaining. And when you do a lot of complaining, those things that you're speaking out, you are attracting that type of energy to you and you're putting it out in the atmosphere. So that's what the world is going to give you, what you're complaining about and speaking those negative thoughts. So I realized that this year I needed to be more positive and be more thankful and be more grateful. And one of the things that I realized helped in the morning as far as dealing with working a 9 to 5 and trying to manage a business is that I needed to just pray and just ask God for guidance and for him to help me go throughout my day so that I can handle it mentally and I'm not so stressed. Second tip I have for managing stress, or that I do to manage my stress, is reading my vision list. Now, a lot of people have a vision board, but I decided to write them down. I was listening to Steve Harvey, one of his motivational speeches, where he quoted a scripture, Habakkuk 2:2. I don't know the scripture offhand or by memory, but I did go ahead and read it. And it does talk about writing your visions down so that they can come true. So I created a list and I read that list every day. I add to it when I think of new things that I want in my life and out of being a successful person, not only just a successful business owner. I do read that list every morning after I get finished praying, doing my morning routine. I'm getting ready for work. I make sure I take the time out to read that list to myself because it sets the tone and it sets my day of knowing what I'm working towards, what I want to accomplish, and I can't let every little thing throughout the day as I deal with individuals affect me negatively. I just have to keep in mind that all of this is for a greater good, and this is my sacrifice and my journey that I have to go through to be successful, and it's going to be okay, and I'm going to get through it. And that's just kind of my little motivation to me for me to handle my day-to-day stresses. The third tip that I have for managing stress, or how I manage my stress, is exercising. And a lot of people might already do this. However, I realized that I wasn't doing it as much as I should have been. Probably not really at all. But I realized this year that I needed to make sure that I was exercising daily, not only to be healthy, but to manage my day-to-day stress. And I realized that halfway through my exercise, my mood would change and I would actually feel better. And that was a key indicator to me that this is something that I need to make sure that I'm doing every day. I make sure that I take 30 minutes out of my day after I get off work, before I deal with anyone else in my household, my daughter, anyone, to make sure that my mood is in the right mood. I do have a stressful job and it does play a lot on my mental, and I don't want to take that stress to the rest of my household. So I realized that it is something that I have to do in order to make sure that I am decreasing my stress level, and it really does help. I encourage you to do this every day if you can. If you can't take 30 minutes, take whatever time you have, 10, 15 minutes, to make sure that you're exercising and working off all of those frustrations. It definitely will help. Out of these things, let me know in the comments which one you do or you don't do, or what you would plan to implement. If these things don't work for you, or if you have something else that you might do to manage your stress as being a business owner, definitely leave those in the comments. I would love to hear. And let me know, if you don't do these things, what you plan to do or what you plan to implement as we start this year off and moving forward in your entrepreneur or business journey. This channel is all about entrepreneurship, small business growth, and using social media for business. So if these are topics that you're interested in, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please like this video as it helps me grow as a small YouTuber. It lets the algorithm know that I'm producing great content, helps them push my video out to more individuals. As always, be blessed, and I will see you in our next video.